Hello, welcome back to Tie Town Reviews. Today we'll be kicking off a themed month for February. February is the month of love. February is Valentine's Day or contains Valentine's Day. Obviously, more importantly, it is Black History Month, but that is not what we're here to discuss. What February is. I decided to theme this year Disney love movies, love stories, some way, shape, form, or fashion. I put up a poll for my new management team that I put together, and they decided we're going to call this Disney Date Nights. They also voted on the movies I was going to do. That's just some examples of what that management team is going to do for me. Help me make certain decisions, help me narrow certain things down. I have more things I would like for them to do, as hopefully, assuming the channel may take off sometime. You know, if it does, it does. And I have more that I would love to bring them in to do. But if it doesn't, you know, they'll help me make decisions until I decide this has ran its course. But let me know down in the comments once you are finished watching this video. Should I maybe do more Disney stuff? Obviously, this is a little different than what I'll be doing with other reviews and other things outside of the month of February. And this isn't necessarily something I'll do every year unless it like really gains some attention and people really enjoy it in some way. Is there an overarching focus on the love story in general? Not necessarily. I'm not going to get all ooey gooey, lovey feely about what the love story does for me or whatever, but I will give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down on if how believable the love story is. Is it in fact a love story, or is it just kind of something that's kind of shoved in there because that was the way of Disney? There are some channel updates that I'll be putting out. I have really narrowed down how I'm going to be doing reviews post February. Really put reviews together the way that I envisioned doing it once I had the proper equipment. So that's coming. And then information will be let out about how I'll be doing the reviews here on out. I will have a grading scale. I'll have a set couple of awards that I'll hand out to each movie. A Tie Town Reviews stamp that I'm coming up with and trying to figure out some designs and such or what I want to do with it. Once that's all ready, hopefully I'll be rolling that out in March. At the very latest, that'll all be rolling out in April. But again, let me know down in the comments. Should I do more Disney content? I know Disney is very popular. Would you prefer to see more Disney than other stuff? Would you prefer to see keep doing a mix? Just kind of have the management team help me decide what to do. If it's Disney, if it's not, whatever. But let me know what you think. You can also let me know on TikTok or Facebook at Tie Town Reviews on both. But let me know on one of those if you'd prefer. It doesn't matter. You can keep your opinion private if you want. Let me know. Just let me know somehow. Anyways, let's get to the 90s classic Aladdin, the first of four movies that I'll be doing, three of whom I am looking forward to, one of which my wife loves the movie, so we're going to watch it, and I'm going to do it. I might have her join. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, first up, Aladdin. Ultimately, this film is about a poor street rat who finds a magic lamp, rubs it, and unleashes the most unhinged stand up comedian ever recorded on film. Genie says three wishes: no killing anyone, no making people fall in love, and no bringing people back from the dead. Rules Jafar will later immediately pretend he doesn't know exists. Now, I do think a little bit of it is Genie doesn't maybe get a chance to tell Jafar that those rules exist. But regardless, once he knows, he doesn't care. He still tries to find and maneuver ways to yeet him out the window. Aladdin pretends to be a prince to trick Princess Jasmine, who is done with palace life and all that kind of comes with it. Does she probably still like to be waited on in certain aspects? Yeah, I think so. But Jasmine, for sure, is kind of over all this just nonsensical, the laws that come with being the princess. She just wants to jump over that wall and pretend she was never Princess Jasmine until it's inconvenient for her not to be Princess Jasmine. That's very just something that I kind of caught. Now, regardless, she is done with palace life and she doesn't want to marry a prince until she meets a certain prince or prince in disguise. Then you have Jafar, of course, I already mentioned him a little bit, who wants the lamp, who turns into a giant cobra. He gets sucked into his own lamp after some shenanigans and some battles, decides he wants to be a genie. So he gets sucked into a lamp because he doesn't realize what all will come with it. He just thinks it's power. No, man, that's not the way life works. So why would that work that way? Happily ever after, or is it? There are two sequels. Roll credits. Before anyone asks about those labor laws in Agrabah, there probably aren't any. Let's get into the good stuff. Let's be real. The movie is 80% Robin Williams improv. The animators basically just hit record and they let him cook. The impressions, chef's kiss. He does Arnold Schwarzenegger. He does Jack Nicholson, Ed Sullivan when he introduces the Prince Ali show. Peter Lorre, Arsenio Hall. Dude does more voices and impressions than a SoundCloud rapper. Favorite line for me. Obviously, everyone's going to have their favorite lines. Some people probably have a Jasmine line, whatever. I have a Genie line, and it's probably not what you think. A lot of people would think, the cosmic power, anybody live in space. That's not mine. No, mine is when he's sarcastic at the end. Aladdin and Jafar are battling, and Jafar, he's our man. If he can't do it, great. I don't know. I always like it. I'm sarcastic, or, most of the time. I'm pretty sarcastic, so I enjoy stuff like that. And it's just always been a fun little line. Without Robin Williams, this is just a decent cartoon. With him, it is gold. Rest in peace, legend. Next up, we're going to talk about visual gags and side characters who steal the show. Abu, crazy little monkey who's a little criminal gremlin. Magic Carpet, who's technically a rug. Talked about this with one of my students today. He's technically a rug. But anyways, they call him Magic Carpet, so what do you want? Magic Carpet, 0 lines, but more emotion than most TikTok relationships that you see. The merchant at the beginning, combination hookah and coffee maker, has a joke about, how about this? It broke. You know, Still fun. He's still fun because it's, again, Robin Williams. Iago the parrot. Basically, just Gilbert Gottfried doing a toxic bird impersonation, screaming, I can't take it anymore, while Jafar monologues. He's an underrated MVP. Next, real fast, we're going to talk about the songs. We can't play them here. Disney will probably yeet my video into oblivion. I don't know. Some people get away with songs. I got in trouble from Universal doing the Superman theme. So, in no way, shape, or form, am I going to even pretend like I'm going to put a Disney song on here until I absolutely know what is okay and what's not. So, we're not going to play any of these songs, but let's talk about them. A Whole New World, still the ultimate Disney couple banger. Is he lying? Sure. Obviously he's already lying because he's pretending to be Prince Ali when he's just Aladdin. Still a great song because I still believe that he believes and he means what he is saying in the song. He believes he would show her the world if given the opportunity. And he truly believes. He just obviously is lying on how to get Jasmine, you know. But A Whole New World, still great song. Prince Ali, the most extra entrance in cinema history. Friend Like Me, Robin Williams freestyling so hard the animators just gave up and drew explosions. One Step Ahead, that's a personal favorite of mine. Is this all the songs? No. And little teaser in Everybody knows I do Remake Rumble, at least the people that have watched my videos before. I do a series called Remake Rumble. Eventually, I'll be doing live action versus original or Disney classic Disney movies. And I'm going to say there is a song that is superior to them all that is in the live action that is not in the original in this Disney classic. But for this movie, personal favorite, one step ahead. I've always liked it. I've always jammed to it. I had a Disney station mixed in with all my other stuff on Pandora for a while. And this song came on a lot, and I jammed to it every time. I don't think I ever skipped it. Now, the fun part, where I'm going to seemingly complain for views. Jafar is cartoonishly evil, but also he's kind of incompetent. Bro had a staff that hypnotizes people and still lost to an uneducated homeless orphan and a monkey. Now, did they have help from Genie? Yeah. But ultimately, Genie doesn't do anything really to aid Aladdin, so he still loses to just Aladdin. Jasmine's whole arc is I don't want to marry a prince, and then decides she wants to marry a man who catfished being a prince and becomes a real prince in disguise. But he catfished being a prince. Girl, pick a struggle.
Oh boy.
The whole take off your clothes whisper rumor from the balcony scene, that's one of those perverted Disney things. It's not true. Turns out it's scat good tiger is what I heard, but the urban legend lives rent free in the heads of pervs who have nothing better to do. Genie breaks the fourth wall more than Deadpool in 1992. This was revolutionary. But in 2026, it had me wanting to look at my wife and ask, Google whether Deadpool comics or the Genie was written first. Is he just another Deadpool ripoff, knockoff, or is Deadpool a Genie knockoff? I don't know. Little bonus thing here. The direct-to-video sequels, Return of Jafar, bad. It's bad. I'm not going to go into it because eventually I may review it. But King of Thieves, I like King of Thieves.
Don't hate me, guys.
All right, let's get to final verdict. The final score, 10 out of 10 if we're grading Robin Williams alone. It's funny, it's magical, the music slaps, and it has more adult jokes than your average Pixar film. If you haven't lately, rewatch it. Give it a rewatch. It's fun. Genie's fun. The movie itself is okay. It's fun. The songs are great. Give it a rewatch. I give it 4 street rats out of 5. Real fast before I get into my final thought. I will rank this Disney date night's love story. I'm just kidding. I give it a thumbs up. What's your favorite Genie moment? Drop it in the comments. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And again, let me know if you want more Disney content. Again, won't fully be like this. I'm going to be evolving the channel a little bit. I've been evolving my writing and different things. I have a video that's going to outline all of that. But please give this a like, and I will give you more unhinged Disney rant. Just kidding. I mean reviews. All right. What's up next? Princess Diaries 2, Lady and the Tramp, Beauty and the Beast. I don't know. See ya. Bye.